Have you seen anybody enjoyed any of those rights you want them to fight for now in this generation? So it's so tough. Some people said that those Nigerians, I mean, this is also something again. People said that those Nigerians who are in the diaspora, they are the ones who are going to end up fighting to change Nigeria. And I'm like, nah. The solution to this situation, right, is very simple. We are not the same people. There's nothing wrong if we end up in the same country, okay? But there must be terms and conditions that everybody actually agreed to in order to, that we will respect. Because without that, you can't run a country where some group of people believe that Nigeria is the estate of their own forefathers, Uthman Dan Fodio. Therefore, every Fulani is a Nigerian, but every Nigerian is not a Fulani. They are redefining things for us, things that we have no say, no input, because we shouldn't do something to upset some certain people. We are made to believe that those who we call terrorists, they are misunderstood people. We are seeing lives destroyed. We are seeing lives altered, right? And yet, we're supposed to pretend that we are the same country, right? Anyway, don't mind me. I'll take you to Sokoto, where one of the recent supposed bombs fired, or the missiles fired to displace the Lakurawa, Mahmuda, and all these kind of terrorists in Sokoto. It actually worked. I'm sorry I didn't bring that image, okay? I would have shown you the image of the destroyed camps of this Lakurawa terrorist. I do have a bit of where the Nigerian soldiers were also on ground, right? And chasing them towards the border of the same Nigerian Niger Republic, okay? I'll show you. So which one should I actually give to you first? Yeah. The supposedly shell from those missiles fired by Trump a week or so ago. Okay, this was like on the Christmas day of 2025. And they found one shell. I don't know what to call this, right? But it seems to be Bambola for that area.
Oya! Kubuga capacity. Mutane na. Kubuga capacity mutane na. Ina maku addu'a ba za ta tashi ba insha Allah. Ku tada ita a dora uban nan kai hege no kiliya wallahi America kin shi uban ki dan buro America kin shi kutuman buro uwaki wallahi mu dan Najeriya wallahi mu fi karfin ki sai dai ta Allah ba wai taki ba shegiya dan buro uba dai na tara wallahi kin ji kunya no kiliya ba za ta aiki a Najeriya ba wallahi in dai wannan ne Allah ya kawo mu sabon shekara wallahi ku kiyaye mu dan America wallahi dan naftara ku kiyaye dan Najeriya sun fi karfi da kai Allah wallahi ga muna jiki Allah ya dogara da ilahi mu mun dogara da Allah la ilahi burashin aniya ku ta koma maku insha Allah ga munan da bojeri dun muka kashe su alquran America kin ji kunya yankin nake sai an samu musulmi mutum 100 trillion nawa ne shegiya oya
So somebody said it is spent or something shell. Okay, it's attached to the missile. So the moment it's what powers it when it's fired. That one that you look like it's a fire underneath, like then when it's about to probably explode, or when it explodes, it just disposed of the fuel container. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to use my imagination. But one thing is that is not a bomb. Okay, it's just a shell of something. And yeah, there were some of them being chased, the terrorists after that, by the way.
War everywhere! Let them feel it. Bandit na mama tutu. All of na go die, Sarah. Kill all of them, man.
Bella Triji. Mutuwanka ne yake magana, ni ne mutuwanka Bella Triji. Shekaran jiya na yi video, na ce ka kwatanta min ka gaya min inda kake, ka gaya min inda za mu haɗu. Bella Triji, shin gudu na kake yi? Ko ku ka tsorata ne, dama kai farin kura ne? dama na gaya maka Bello Turji in ba din daurin gindi da ka samu ba kai waye ba ma sai mu yi amfani da makami ba da hannu zai iya kashe ka Bello Turji har yau kuma ina bibiyan ka dan Allah ɗan uwa ku share din wannan bidiyon ina so Bello Turji in ma bai ga wancan bidiyon bane ya ga wannan.
So the last part of the video is that the terrorists, the leftover of the terrorists, some of them are beginning to kind of like cross the border to find a way out of Sokoto and yes, maybe Nigeria. Okay. And the first part of the video is to show you that indeed the Nigerian army, right, they have kind of like spread very well in the areas where the American missiles actually hit the terrorists. And there were more, not just the American missiles. So let's give this to them as well, okay? So it's reported that on the first New Year Day, right, the Nigerian Air Force also carried out some strikes against this same other group of terrorists, rather, in the northwest and the northeast. So when they say northwest, they're talking about this Sokoto and the environment, right? When they say northeast, they're talking about Borno, Lake Chad, and all these environs, okay? So they shared this clip. Timbuktu Triangle. So let's give it to them too. So in a nutshell, we can say the Tifnubu's government, right? Maybe not saying too much anymore, okay? They're actually carrying out strategic airstrikes against these suspected terrorists and their camps. Remember a minister in Nigeria, or a former minister now, Minister of Defense, who said the reason why they cannot be bombing the forest was because the terrorists are deep in the jungle that the bombs cannot penetrate. Nigeria still have different kind of like surveillance equipment, so to say, that they could actually track the movement of these terrorists. The problem is the political will to go after them. And if this is how the operation will go, like these are the airstrikes, there are other ground troops who are also sweeping them, from what I have seen so far. But we have seen that before too, only for the terror, only for these sort of like actions, operations to suddenly stop or suddenly reduce. And then the terrorists will regroup again. And before you know it, they become more even deadlier than they were. So if they sustain this, it is to their own credit too, which simply means you won't really need America. You never really needed America to come and do it themselves. Nigeria could do it, but the political will too is what is. I mean, it is the problem. I believe here is a member of a National Assembly who was said. I mean, sorry, a politician, so to say, who was kidnapped in Kaduna, right? Who ended up paying a ransom of about 100 million naira, right? And here he is asking everybody if they have just one reason. They are looking for just one reason why APC, Egbekegbe, should not be in power again in that Nigeria, especially under Kolu. It is this issue of insecurity. My sister, Garba Live, I can see you. I can probably see much of you there, right? And then Lady Latu, Aruno, both of you, if you are here, right? Or anyone else who can help me do interpretation in the comments, what this guy is saying, all right? I'll come back and tell you what I know he's saying.
A yanzu zamanin nan da muke ciki a bayan ƙasa, babu wata ƙasa a duniya da aka isa a yi wannan zaluncin a zauna lafiya. Jaridar ta ebo bayanai ne ƙarƙashin National Bureau of Statistics, hukumar ƙididdiga ta ƙasa. Ta ce a wata 12 an kashe mutum 614,937 a wata 12 aka kashe su. Wannan hukuma ce ta gwamnati ta bada wannan alƙalman. Duk duniya ba ƙasar da za a kashe irin waɗannan mutanen, wallahi ko kaji aka kashe sai an ɗau mataki a wata 12. Amma me muka yi? Kashi 85 'yan arewa ne aka kashe. Me muka yi arewa? Abu na biyu, jaridar ta ce an biya kuɗin fansa a wata 12 da ya kai naira tiriliyan 2 da biliyan 200 da wani abu. A wata 12 aka biya kuɗin fansa. Ga Alhaji Ma'azu zaune a nan, da aka kama ni miliyoyin kuɗi suka hada da 'yan uwa da abokan arziki. Akwai kuɗin 'yan uwana a cikin wannan na tiriliyan 2 da biliyan 200 da wani abu da aka sa. Kuma ni da nake magana na san illar kidnappers, kwana na 33 a hannunsu. Ba wata ƙasa a duniya da wani ɗan iska zai kama ɗan adam ya ce sai an biya kuɗi kuma a biya ya ci gaba da rayuwa. Ya ci abincin da kai ba za ka iya ci ba, ya sha abin da ba za ka iya sha ba. Ba abin da mutanen nan ba sa yi a daji saboda suna da kuɗi, kuma arewa ake wannan iskancin kuma an zauna. To wallahi ba za mu bari ba, ko ba a kama ni ba za mu bari ba, sai mun haɗa kai, mun yi taron dangi, mun kawo ƙarshen insecurity a arewacin Najeriya da Najeriya baki ɗaya. Shekaran jiya duk jaridun ƙasar nan sun ɗauki rahoto. Naval ship daga govt, wanda gwamnatin APC ta ba su izini ba doka a ƙasa. Demokaradiyya ake yi, ba doka, ba a tura ma majalisa ba. Gwamnatin APC ta ba su base a govt. Daga nan wannan jirgin ruwan aka harba missile da drones suka kai hari Sokoto. Jiya sun kai hari a ƙasar Kwara. Haka yake? To yanzu aka fara, wannan ya saba doka, ya saba tsarin demokaradiyya. Sai mun haɗa kai, mun canza wannan zaluncin da ake so a yi a Najeriya, musamman ta arewa. Abu na ƙarshe, wannan allegation ne wanda ya fi kowa kuɗi a Afirka ya faɗa. An kawo dokan haraji, ya ce ya biya dala miliyan 5 a shekarar da ta wuce. Dala miliyan 5. A yanzu zamanin nan da muke.
Kidnapping business under the APC, Egbekegbe, is so lucrative that it is a trillion naira business. They went to Gulf of Guinea to bring in different terrorists to Nigeria. The Nigerians are paying ransom to terrorists, and it's flourishing under this APC, Egbekegbe, which has also affected a member of his own family. So he is a member of National Assembly, I think, the House of Representatives, I think. All right. So leaving that, or no, not leaving that. A few days ago, Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, okay, granted a press release where, according to him, Israel will be interested. In fact, Israel is now interested in joining America in waging war on the supposed Islamic extremists, Islamic jihadists, who are targeting people all over the, their peninsula in that area. And Nigeria, that's what got the attention of many. Would Israel be involved if for any reason America decided to actually take a step further than just sending airstrike or missiles from the Gulf of Guinea, right? To actually putting the boots on the ground. Here is what Netanyahu said, a few days ago.
You are representatives of the Christian Zionists who made Jewish Zionism possible. It's hard for me to conceive the emergence of the Jewish state, the re-emergence of the Jewish state, without the support of Christian Zionists in the United States, also in Britain, but the main thrust was in the United States in the 19th century. So Christian Zionism facilitated the rise and success of Jewish Zionism. And it's been an enormous partnership since then. I've known some of you. Mike, how long have we known? Since we were teenagers, something like that? A long time.
46 years.
46 years. Since we were a little more than teenagers. But I can say that we have no better friends, and I mean that sincerely. You have stood by us through thick and thin, and now we're challenged by new challenges, but equally with new opportunities. We've fought, as you know, a seven-front war, and we've come out in many ways victorious. But there's an eighth front, and that's the front for the hearts and minds of people, especially young people in the West, and for me, especially in the United States, and for me, especially on the conservative wing of the United States. And I think it's not just Israel's battle. I think it's our common Judeo-Christian civilizational battle, and I think we have to engage in that battle as forcefully, with as much resolution as we engage the other seven fronts. I think it affects not only Israel, it affects America, it affects our alliance, it affects the future of Western civilization. And I don't think I'm exaggerating one bit. I have here my colleagues, Israel's ambassador to the United States, to the United Nations, our consul general in New York, our consul general in Miami, and every one of my delegation. We feel that this is a theater that has to be engaged with great force. Who's to engage in us? In this? It's us. It's you and us. And we have to, we have to be, I think we have to stand up and be counted. They have to hear our voice. There are some people who believe that, that faith should be silent and terrorism should be understood. No. Faith should speak its voice, and terrorism should be confronted, not understood, confronted and defeated. And that is what we're engaged in right now. So I want you to know that I spoke with President Trump yesterday. I said this publicly too. I see the battle against us and the battle against our Judeo-Christian tradition basically being waged around the globe. And it's waged primarily by two forces, radical Shiite Islam and radical Sunni Islam. That means the axis that is led by Iran, much battered, admittedly, but still there, and the axis, the Sunni axis, led by the Muslim Brotherhood, which permeates everything. They go to Europe, they go to the United States, they go to Africa, Nigeria. And we are conscious of the fact that Christians are being persecuted across the Middle East, in Syria, in Lebanon, in Nigeria, in Turkey, and beyond. And we're also aware of the fact, as you are, that one country protects the Christian community, enables it to grow, defends it, and makes sure that it thrives. And that country is Israel. There is no other. None. We are joining an effort to have basically a United Nations of countries that support Christian communities around the world, beleaguered communities who deserve our help. Just as you are helping us, we want to help back. And we're capable of doing that. In Africa with Intel, in the Middle East with with a lot of means that I won't itemize each one. But this is what our agenda is. It's the main part of our agenda, and it's going to continue with greater force and greater might in this coming year. I want to use this opportunity to wish you all, well, it's kind of late for a Merry Christmas, but a belated Happy Christmas and a belated...